Hi, my name is Angélique Aubin. I am currently studying in the humanities. It is my second year in the program. And next year I will be going to the UCAC University in Chicoutimi. And I will be studying there in order to become a preschool teacher. So the subject I chose to work on this semester is connected directly to my future field of study, as it currently affects the school system in which I am about to step in just a few years from now. Learning new information and getting to develop a better version of yourself is one of school's first objectives. Education helps us understand why we live the way we are living and who we are as a society essentially. So some say going to school is one of their worst nightmares. Some may even go as far as to say school is comparable to hell on earth. Not everyone has the same curiosity and interest for school. So my purpose with this project was to revive and create passion and enthusiasm towards school in young students in order to prevent dropouts. So what is dropping out essentially? Dropping out means leaving university, college, high school, or any other group for practical reason, necessities, or disappointment in the school system in general. In this particular case, we are gonna focus more on the people that drop out due to their lack of interest towards school. All through high school, one of the students' biggest problem with the school system is that it fails to keep their interest and to keep them motivated. As the year goes on, students seem to lose interest, so they will not participate in class as much and they will not listen to their teacher as much. And then that issue can lead to a much major one, which is skipping class, because young people seem to believe that as the year goes on, school is not relevant anymore and classes they become repetitive. If the subject is not presented in a interesting way or an innovative way, the students don't listen to the teacher and they lose their attention, they become tired. So then it's very hard for teachers to get their attention back. And this loss of interest towards school is on its own a very considerable complication, but it can lead to a much major issue, which is high school dropout. Because at such a young age, students don't realize the impact and how it can affect their life. They don't realize that dropping out will change all their future, the pathway they have. They may not be able to achieve it, and they may have big issues due to this dropout, that at such a young, that when they were young they considered it was not a major issue. And that problem of dropping out, in my opinion, is one of the main reasons why our schools are so empty, because students don't believe school is important anymore, which is very sad and needs to be solved very soon. The solution to this problem is that schools should consider using technology as their allies and to engage students instead of competing with students' smartphones, which we see in a lot of school and is more common nowadays. School could use technology as a tool to support the learning process and keep students' attention. Student-centered learning allows teachers to take a more important place role in the learning process and get more personal with the students and get to know them well and know really who they are. And students also tend to be more comfortable and keen to acquire knowledge when you incorporate technology, which is a thing they know well in the day-to-day learning process, since they are used to technology, and It's now a part of everyone's routine in nowadays society. Technologies also allows teachers to invite students to a more personalized learning, which is closer to nowadays society reality. Schools should think about the way they can incorporate both the technology the students already use and the technology that can excite them about their future career. The START Commission could start a robotic program or try to use social media platforms or videos for final exams. Their schools should start by creating more interactive classes in which students participate throughout the learning process. One way of creating interest is adding games to questionnaires and lessons. They are a creative way of approaching the subject while seeing it in a different perspective than the textbooks, which students who have special needs or are more visual may have a lot of problem understanding. So these interactive activities also open a lot of doors to conversation between the students, which allows them to interact with each others and help them see a different perspective they may not have considered but their classmate may have seen. That project could have a lot of positive impact, not only on students but on society itself. If students are stimulated, they tend to stay in school longer. It would then mean that more young people would go to university or do higher studies. Society would also benefit from this changes because more people would have access to the labor market. So that means less young people would have to be on social welfare, which is expensive for taxpayers. And having a higher education also means students could pursue their passion, because education opens more doors and it allows scholars to have more possibilities for their future. So even if this project could be considered a waste of time and money for many people, I believe it is crucial we do something to resolve the problem of increasing dropout rates. As I was doing my researches on the problem, I also found out that increasing dropout rates were not only a problem that was affecting America, but big continent as Europe as well. In this article, the reader can see that in Europe, schools are already trying to incorporate technology in the day-to-day learning process to solve the case of loss of interest towards school in young people. They observed increasing engagement in their students, grade improvements, more enjoyment, and it allowed teachers to spend more time with the student and less time doing administration. So as we can see, the use of technology in education already made its proof in other well-developed countries. So we now have proof that yes, it is a good solution because it reduces dropout rates and indirectly it creates more interest in young people. It has made its proof. So all things considered, the problem of the increasing dropout rates should be considered a major importance. An ascension of students who lose motivation has been observed, and that complication will not be solved unless schools take matters into their own hands. The best way to create interest in young people is by adding something they know well and love into the learning process, such as technology. This will help students regain ambition in school and pursue a passion of theirs. Society will also benefit from it because not only would there be more people on the labor market, but also more educated people. So finally, investing in education is never a bad idea because you are investing in tomorrow's future.